What is going on, guys? Fitcho here, and welcome back to the Fitcho Career. It's episode number 20, and it's the final European race of the season. It's the Sunday race, the sprint race here at Monza, and we're going for 4 wins in a row after an amazing win in the feature race yesterday when we went from 14th to 1st, and including a 5-car overtake at Curva Grande. That overtake was literally ridiculous, one of the best moves I have ever made, but I'm not confident that we can make it 4 here today, because I don't think we actually have the out-and-out pace at this track. I think the strategy did help us out a little bit in the feature race yesterday, of course, because we qualified outside the top 10, so we could go soft, soft, medium, where a lot of the top 10 went super soft, soft, medium, and that really helped us out, that strategy element of qualifying outside the top 10. Of course, a sprint race, it's no strategy at all. It's pretty much just, it's a one-stop. That's it. It all comes down to out-and-out pace, and that's not on our side right now, I don't think, out-and-out pace. But I guess we'll find out where our pace really does lie once we jump into qualifying. Let's do it. Here we go. Qualifying is underway for the last European race of the season here at Monza as we head down the very long pit straight towards the first chicane. Hard on the brakes, get the car stopped, turned in, then flick it back to the left, then onto the power as quickly as you can, but you don't want to get too much wheel spin. As now onto Curva Grande, we are sitting in 3rd place with Norman Nato leading this qualifying session right in front of us as we head down towards the second chicane. I really don't like this corner too much as we actually take it not too bad on this lap. Quite a nice line as we're now up into 2nd place. We come up to the first Lesmo. You can really got to attack these corners, especially this next one, because you want to try and get a very nice exit off the Lesmo, because this sets up the run all the way down this DRS straight towards the Ascari chicanes. We're sitting in 3rd place as we pass under the old track down towards Ascari. Hard on the brakes, down to 4th gear, flick the car in, and then run on that curb a little bit, then flick the car left again as we get a little bit sideways there. Now onto the long straight down towards the last corner, Parabolica. Now onto the brakes, around 75 meters, down to 4th gear, turn the car in and trying to get on the power as early as you can, and that is not what you want to do. You don't want to end out in the gravel like I did. That is not a good way to end the qualifying lap at all. Let's just have another little look at this mistake. We're coming down to Parabolica, hard on the brakes, down to 4th gear, we turn in, clip the grass a little bit, and that just gets the back of the car break away from us. Then we try to hold it in the gravel, but there was no holding it once we were out in the gravel, and that's our qualifying over. We're going to be starting this race from 22nd place. That being said, though, it's easy to pass at Monza, and I do have decent pace, because it could make for a very fun race. So Norman Nato has taken pole here in Italy for today's sprint race, joined on the front row by Charles Leclerc. Alexander Albon will be starting from 3rd with Artem Markelov alongside him. Sergei Sorokin is 5th with Louis Delatraz in 6th. Raffaele Marcello and Antonio Giovinazzi share the 4th row of the grid, and that is one of the crucial rows of the grid because Antonio Giovinazzi, our championship rival, 2nd place in the championship, is starting from 8th place with Antonio Fuoco in 9th and Luca Chiotto rounding out the top 10. And of course, if we scroll all the way down, we will find ourselves in 22nd place with no time, unfortunately. So the strategy for today's sprint race is a very simple one. Like I already said, there is really no strategy element to this race. It's a one-stop strategy. You start on the super softs and you swap to the softs, or you do it the other way around. That's all there really is to this race. So it all comes down to out-and-out pace, and we are starting in a very interesting position. We're in dead last. The only way from here is up, hopefully, and we can hopefully have a chance to make some really nice overtakes and carve through the field, and hopefully start pushing up to the points, but that might be a bit of a stretch. But this race start is going to be very, very interesting. A long run down to the first corner, and then a very tight corner. It's a real bottleneck turn 1 here. And starting right at the back is going to make it very, very interesting, but let's jump into it. Here we go, engage the clutch, get the revs up while the lights come on. We've got 5 lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. The sprint race here in Monza is underway. We get a bit of wheel spin off the line, but it hasn't been the worst start in the world as we head down towards turn number 1. Can we look up the inside, go late on the brakes? Yes, we can. Try and make up as many positions as we can, as quickly as we possibly can, as we go through the first chicane. Very, very slowly, right around the outside. We have a little bit of contact with our teammate, and I think that was Jordan King off in the wall. I'm not too sure what happened at the back there, but right now we're on the back of Oliver Rowland in the dams. Can we look up the inside as we head down into the second chicane? Yes, we can. We're going very, very slow into the chicane. I'm not too sure what is happening up ahead, but we make that move stick on Oliver Rowland up into 17th place. We've now got Gustav Malia up in front of us in 16th. As we now come up to the second Lesmo, we're going to get a good run off this corner, chuck it up into Rich Revs, get in the slipstream of that racing engineering car and pull to the inside as we head down the long DRS straight. Of course, no DRS because this is only lap 1, but still a great overtaking opportunity with a little bit of slipstream. It looks like they're going side by side through Ascari ahead of us, Matsushita and possibly Nick de Vries, and that's allowed us to get the run on Emil Bernstorff as we head down towards Parabolica. We're going to give Sergio Sedekamara a bit of a bump drafting here, as now we're going to try and go right around the outside of Parabolica. We're 3 wide at Parabolica. We're on the very outside, but we're going to make this stick around the outside of Sedekamara and someone else. I can't quite see who it is. I actually still don't know who it is, but now we're right on the back of Nobuharu Matsushita. Can we look up the inside of him and up the inside of the Primas? They all had a massive drop off of top line. Oh, someone's come up our inside, and we've gone for a spin. That was Nick de Vries. He must have still been there. I honestly could not see him for the life of me. And we've gone for a spin, and the safety car has been deployed. So it doesn't look like the safety car is coming in this lap, the end of lap 4. And my normal pit lap to swap onto soft tyres is lap 5. And I reckon I could probably get away with jumping into the pits right now and swapping to the softs. I should be able to catch back up to the end of the train. And in some ways, that is a free pit stop. I'm going to try it. We're going to come into the pit lane for our one and only stop of this race. We just get the car stopped. Going sideways into the pit lane to make sure we slow down for the pit limiter. But we're going to swap onto soft tyres and then go to the end of the race. I think a few cars have already made the switch further back in the pack, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Here we go. Safety car is coming in this lap, and look who we have found at the back of the field here. It's Antonio Giovinazzi, our championship rival, and I think he has made an early pit stop like we have and gone onto the soft tyres. We get ready to go racing again here in Monza. Here we go. The field is getting bunched up by the leader. We're about to go back to green flag racing any second now. To right on the back of Antonio Giovinazzi, just waiting for the green flag to fall. And there we go. Green flag is out. We are racing again here in Monza. We're going to chuck it up into Rich Revs right on the back of our championship rival Antonio Giovinazzi, as there's cars already in the pit lane. We're up into 18th place. We're going to pull to the inside of Giovinazzi as we head down towards the first chicane. We've gone very late on the brakes, and we've got the inside of Luca Giotto as well, but he's still on our inside for the second part of the chicane. But we make that move stick past both the Italians, Giotto and Giovinazzi, and now we've got Norman Nato up in front of us, and he's pitted for super soft tyres. So that is a very odd call, so he's definitely going to be pitting again in this race. We're going very slowly into this second chicane. I'm not too sure what was happening there, but I've put a massive flat spot on both of my front tyres now, which is not what we want so early in this stint. But these guys were going so slow in front of me for some reason. I'm not too sure what was happening. But now onto the DRS straight. Of course, no DRS yet because we just had a safety car, but a bit of slipstream and Rich Revs might be enough to get past Nato, but it doesn't look like it with cars all over the places. Now we're heading down into the Ascari chicane. We're going to stay right on the back of Nato, try and get a good exit off the chicane back into Rich Revs, right on the back of the Russian time. But he's getting pulled along by King and Delatrez. We're going to look up the inside of Nato and Jordan King into Parabolica, and we make that move stick. We're now on the back of Delatrez, and look how many cars are peeling off into the pit lane. So many free positions right there. We're now up into 6th place, right on the back of Louis Delatrez as we head down towards turn number 1, and the they just seem to have a massive straight line speed drop at the end of the straight, and we've got past Delatrez and almost got past Leclerc, but I couldn't quite make that move stick. We're now into 5th place. We've got Charles Leclerc just in front of us, but he is on the super soft tyre, so he's definitely going to be stopping one more time during this race. Right on the back of Charles Leclerc in the Primo, we've got rich revs, we've got slipstream, but still no DRS, but that does not matter. Up the insides, we head down into the Ascari chicane, and we make that move stick. Now into 4th place, we've got Gustav Malia up next on the track. Charles Leclerc is out of this race, and so is Luca Giotto. Something has happened just behind me on the pit straight. I saw the yellows come out. I'm not too sure what has happened, but Giotto and Leclerc are out of this race. Some sort of incident coming out of Parabolica. Maybe someone going across into the pit lane and collecting someone. I don't know. But that is very, very odd. 2 big names out of this sprint race already. Oh, and the top 3 have all peeled off into the pit lane. All of them are now into 1st place. You can see all the debris on that pit straight from that previous incident I was talking about. And we now got Louis Delatrez right on our gearbox, and he is on the medium tyres. He is definitely going to go to the end of this race. Delatrez, Giovinazzi, and myself, that is who's battling for the lead of this race with only 4 laps left to run, and we are all in the top dozen in the championship, top 4 in the championship, having a quick look at the table. So this is very interesting. Oh, Giovinazzi's pulling off into the pit lane, so now it's just a private battle between me and Louis Delatrez. And speaking of Louis Delatrez, here he comes up our inside, down into the first chicane. We're going to try and hang it around the outside of the first part. That's the inside for the second part. Leave him the space, and we hold on to 1st place for now with only 4 laps left to run in this sprint race. Oh, Jordan King is now out of this race. What has happened to Jordan King? It looks like an incident down near the first chicane. Very, very odd. Another big name out of this race. Here comes Louis Delatrez as we start the 3rd last lap of this race, and he pulls straight past us, and there is literally nothing we can do there. Slipstream and DRS OP there. No way we could fight back against the Racing Engineering. That being said, though, he's on medium tyres, and assuming we've kept the life in these soft tyres alright, we should be a little bit quicker as we're gaining through Curva Grande. We're going to his outside as we head down into the chicane. We've gone a little bit deep. Awkward line there, but we have made that move stick back into the lead of this race. Here comes Louis Delatrez up our inside. We head down towards the Ascari chicane. We're going to try and hold it right around the outside of the Racing Engineering, and we manage to do so and hold on to the lead of this race with only 2 and a bit laps left to run. But he's still right behind us in our slipstream and catching us as now we go through Parabolica, and he's going to come on to the DRS straight to start the penultimate lap, and he's going to get DRS and a bit of slipstream to help him out and try to slip past us as we head down the long pit straight. Here he comes pulling to our inside as we head down towards the first corner, and again, not much we can really do to combat that. Just slipstream and DRS OP there, but now we have a bit under 2 laps, I should say, to try and get back past Louis Delatrez to win this sprint race and make it 4 wins in a row. We've got DRS, we've got slipstream, we've got rich revs, but a little mistake through the second Lesmo is going to hurt us as we head down towards the Ascari chicane for the second last time. Try and get a good run through here and get back in the slipstream of Louis Delatrez as we head down towards Parabolica for the second last time in this race. Can we try something up the inside of Delatrez? Yes, we can. It's very, very aggressive, and we've made that move stick back into the lead of the race as we're about to start the final lap of this race, and we were behind at the DRS detection points. So we do have DRS to try and defend from Louis Delatrez, and it looks like it's going to be enough for now to hold on, but we've still got a whole lap to go, and there is plenty of overtaking opportunities at the Monza circuit. Onto the DRS straight down towards Ascari. Here comes Louis Delatrez up our insides. We head into Ascari. Oh, I've hit the curb. No, I'm gone. Oh, I'm out of the race. Oh, I've stuffed it on the final lap. No. No! Unbelievable. Oh, let's have a look at what I did. He pulled to my inside. I tried to go around the outside. I left him some space on the inside, tapped the curb, and just got on the throttle too much. And then the walls are very close at the Ascari chicane, and I just lost the car on the curb there, and that was curtains into the wall. On the final lap, battling for the lead. Oh, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's have another look at this from the off-board camera. Heading down towards the Ascari chicane. Here comes Louis Delatraz pulling to our inside. Side by side for the lead on the last lap into the Ascari chicane. Too much curb. And I've just fucked it myself properly. I really fucked that myself. Oh, that was a horrible mistake there, and a very costly mistake. Putting the car on the wall. On essentially the third last corner. I'm in a position to get at least a top 2. Oh boy, oh boy. That's unbelievable. I can't believe I've actually done that. I've put it in the wall on the final lap while battling for the lead of the race. Let's just have a look at what Louis Delatraz saw of this. Watching on board with the racing engineering driver. He's in the slipstream. He's got the DRS open. He's gaining. Pulls to the inside as he head into the Ascari chicane. He leaves... We leave each other's space. But then you just see I get out on the curb. I go flying across and I just go off. And he's probably pumping his fists in joy there, knowing he's got the race win in the bag from there on, while I'm in the wall with one tire dislodged. Oh, I'm filthy with myself about that one. But Louis Delatraz has won the sprint race here in Monza, with the 2 ART Grand Prix cars joining him on the podium, with Sorokin in second and Albon in third. Raffaele Marcello has come home fourth, with Nick de Vries in fifth. Nobuharu Matsushita in sixth, getting points for Carlin, and that will push them into double digits as well to join Arden, and that's enough to actually equal Arden, I believe, in the team's championship. For Wacko has come home 7th, and actually Emil Bernstorff has come home 8th in the Arden, the final points paying position, and that'll actually push Arden back 1 point ahead of Carlin in that battle for the wooden spoon in the team's championship. Just outside the points, we've got Artem Marklov in 9th, Gustav Malia in 10th. In 11th place, we've got Sergio Seda Camara with Oliver Rowland in 12th. Sean Galayle finished 13th, still he's not in the points, still no points for our teammate. Felix Morales in 14th, Igor Arudzev in 15th, Norman Nato in 16th, Antonio Giovinazzi dropping all the way down to 17th. I'm not too sure what happened with him, because he should only have been about 20 seconds off the lead considering when he pitted, so he must have made some catastrophic mistake. And Nicholas Latifi, the last of the finishers. Then there's myself, Jordan King, Charles Leclerc, and Luca Giotto, who all did not finish that race. Oh man, I still can't believe I did that. I put it in the wall when I had the chance of a guaranteed top 2. Final lap of the race, third last corner. So after today's disappointing race here in Monza, our championship lead has actually not come down at all, believe it or not. Thankfully, Antonio Giovinazzi also had a few issues during today's sprint race, meaning he didn't score any points at all, so the gap has remained at 32 points. Myself on 187 and Giovinazzi in second on 155. However, our next closest rival has actually changed. Louis Delatraz has jumped Oliver Rowland for third place and is now only 13 points behind Antonio Giovinazzi, so he is definitely still in contention for this title, and same with Oliver Rowland, to be honest, who's sitting in fourth on 130 points. In 5th place is Norman Nato on 116, with Raffaele Marcello only 5 points behind him in 6th on 111. Charles Leclerc has just broken into triple digits with 102 points to his name, only 5 more points than Luca Giotto in 8th. Alexander Albon's only 1 point behind Giotto in 9th with 96 points, and that's a bit of a jump back to Jordan King in 10th. In the Teams Championship, Racing Engineering have started to pull away a little bit thanks to Louis Delantraz's victory in today's sprint race. They are currently sitting on 217 points, 23 more points than second place Campos Racing. And now this is where it gets very, very close. It's only 1 point separating Campos and Dams for second place, with MP Motorsport only 4 points behind Dams in fourth. And a further 2 points behind MP Motorsport is Trident in fifth with 187 points. Then 8 points back of Trident is Prima Racing in 6th with 179, and a further 5 points back is ART Grand Prix in 7th, and then another 5 points back you'll find Russian Time sitting in 8th. So from 2nd all the way down to 8th, it is very, very close still, and that could go either way with about, for all those positions, and even for Racing Engineering, the top team. So the top 8 could still change a lot in the Teams Championship, considering we have another 3 rounds left. That's another 6 races to go in this season. In 9th place, dropping a little bit back off the main pack is Rapax, who are sitting on 136 points, but they are still a long way clear of the final two, Arden and Carlin, who are still bringing up the rear, with Arden on 14 points and Carlin only 1 point back on 13. So that is all for today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Fitcho, and I'll see you all next time.